Hello and welcome back to another episode of Man Cave Meals. Today we are going to do something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and we're going to cook a prime rib roast. I've never done this before and I've been wanting to try it. So I bought a small one a while back, and today we're going to give it a try. We're going to cook it. We're going to make a little glaze to go on it. We're going to start out with a little minced garlic. And then we're going to add horseradish. These measurements are not a science, so just kind of play around with it. And stir that up. And the roast I have is about a 3-pounder, so it's about half the size of a really nice one. So we're going to add to this glaze this crust about a cup of kosher or a cup of sea salt. Stir that in. We're going to wet that down with a little extra virgin olive oil. Stir it up some more. Maybe just a little bit more olive oil. Okay, now I have a couple of sprigs of fresh thyme from the garden. We're going to strip the leaves right off of that. We also have some fresh rosemary. I'm going to pull some leaves from that as well. And we're going to chop them a bit. Well, and stir that in. I'm actually going to add a little bit more horseradish as well. And maybe just another small drizzle of olive oil. It smells fantastic. Now, we're going to let that marinate for a little while we get the grill ready. Okay, now that we have our grill ready to go, we're ready to get things started here in the roasting pan, I took one red onion and just quartered it and put it in a pan, leave the papers in there with it. 2 parsnips that are fairly coarsely chopped. A couple of carrots, coarsely chopped as well. And 1 whole bulb of garlic that I just kind of sliced in half. We'll tear it apart. Just put it all in there. I've got a few potatoes that we're gonna quarter. Put in with it. Okay, now we're ready to just set the roast in there on top of all that. And then we will coat our roast with the crust that we made. Spread this evenly all over the whole thing. And on the sides. Coat that guy really good. Put an extra spoonful or 2 of that down in the pan as well. Now our roast is ready to go on the grill. I'm going to be cooking this on the grill over indirect heat. Probably, between 300 and 400 degrees, somewhere 350-ish. If you're going to cook this in the oven, which you can do, you'll want to cook it, 350, somewhere between 350 and 400. And you'll put a meat thermometer in this guy and cook till you get a center meat temperature of about 125 to 130 degrees is your target for medium rare on cut meat like this. So meat thermometer is very important. So let's take this guy outside and get him on the grill. Okay, we've got the Weber kettle set up for some indirect cooking with a couple of chunks of cherry wood on there. So we're going to set our roasting pan right here in the middle, and then we're going to get our thermometer ready. You want to get the probe in there right in the middle of the meat, but not too close to the bone. The bones are on this back side here, so we're going to put our probe in diagonally about right there where we can get a good meat temperature. And still have our oven thermometer going there as well. So let's cover that back up. And when we get the temperature, we'll be back to check on it again. Okay, we've got our meat cooked up to an internal temperature of 125. So it's ready to come off the grill. And what we're going to do, we're going to pull the meat probes out. I had to change meat probes. I lost one. One of them failed on me, so we're going to take this guy off. And we're going to let it rest for 15 or 20 minutes. Turn this around where we can see what's going on here. Pull off maybe not quite enough foil. Yeah, we got it. Okay. I'm gonna let that guy rest for, like I said, just a little while to let the juices redistribute in the meat, and then we'll be ready to eat. Okay, our roast has rested, so we are going to cut it up, cut the bones out. Just cut right along the edge. Just getting a little close to the edge there. Then we're going to stand this boy up, slice off some. Have a look. I'd say that looks pretty awesome. Now we're going to plate that up with some potatoes and onions, and we're going to have a meal.